everybody, One of Wiisdom here. It is Friday night, early Saturday morning, June 17th, 2:19 a.m. to be exact. I am very, very tired. I intended to do this earlier. And it's been a long work week. I don't even know, probably close to 60 hours or so. And it's even worse when every day it's been 100 degrees. I came home, I got to leave work a decent time today, about 6:45. And it was 106 degrees on the ride home. Fantastic, I know. So, the plan was, have supper, walk, do a little bit, outdoors or something if possible, and then come up here and do this, get some introductions and videos cranked out and whatnot. I actually would like to have continued with the upgrades, but I don't have the time at this moment, so the introductions will be quicker. But then I got really tired, and sat down in my chair, and right as I was kind of like nodding off, I got a phone call, and I'm like, who calls at this time of night? And the alarm went off at work. So back to work I went. And now it's 2:20 in the morning, and we're in our usual time frame, and we're going to introduce Tidepool. Now, personally, out of these two, I was the most excited for Blastertron. However, it was pretty overwhelming, at least in the vocal portion of you. I assume some of you might agree with me or something along those lines, but the consensus was you wanted to see Tidepool first. That's why we unboxed her first. That's why I'll introduce her first. That's why we'll upgrade her first. But I hope that they're both good. It's just personally I have more of like a vested interest in Blastertron. I do want to mention before I get started here, Ominex earlier tonight, I was trying to figure out where the Mesa was in Mind Logics, and he got lucky today. I'm not sure what store he was at. He's in Australia, if you didn't know. But in addition to him finding lots of Blastertrons and lots of Tidepools, he also found Robo and the Lost Imaginite Mines. So if you weren't aware, I think it was, May 26th, 28th, one of those two dates it became available in Europe. And I guess Australia now has it here on, June 17th. My 16th is his 17th, so this weekend. I'm optimistic it gets to us. I think it's typically been 4 to 5 weeks when Europe gets things before we do. So I'm really hoping that we see that and it's not just like some phased out thing. So wanted to cover that. If you're in Australia, by all means, go looking for not only the Lost Imaginite Mines and Robo, but these two characters as well. But anyway, we're going to go ahead. If you didn't know, again, I picked up both of these at GameStop last Saturday, 1 week ago today. They were the only ones they had there. It's the only time I've personally ever seen them. Apparently everyone else's Target has these, and they've been restocked from what most of you tell me. My Target's never had them. I was in there Wednesday night after finding these at GameStop, still didn't have them. My Toys R Us still doesn't have them. They're available online at Toys R Us, but in store, no dice. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and get Tidepool introduced here.
In a league of my own.
I like her voice. I really do.
The name is Tidepool, and along with my own unique set of skills, I offer training to all Imaginators.
Alright, I don't know that it necessarily is the voice I would think would come from a face like that, but I really, really like the voice. So, oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, don't get too excited. Finally, somebody that dual wields guns. Hey, we're going shotgun farming now. Side note, if you have not seen my Shotgun Farmer series, I've done 2 episodes on it. The first one, I started to do Roscoe P. Coltrane voice. I don't even know if anyone's going to know what that is. But it would have been pretty cool. But I went with just something random. And I don't know what it is about that game, but I love it. It's along the lines of like a Counter-Strike Go or PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds type of a overall concept. It's not like a first-person shooter when I was a kid. It's sort of what they've evolved into, a Halo, Call of Duty, massive multiplayer type of a thing. If you've not heard of the game, go watch my videos, because I don't know what it is. But if you're here, if my Stardew Valley series, if things like that appeal to you, and we have similar tastes, there's a good chance you're going to be like, this game is amazing. Now, it's only PC, but I love it. The graphics are just like a step or two up from Minecraft. It's kind of an indie title, but something about that game, I just love it. And it's typically out of character. It's not something I would ordinarily pick up and play, but I enjoy it. So let's go ahead and get started here by opening the Imaginite chest. All right, a gift from Tidepool, fantastic. Also of note, all right, I've been too busy to make any E3 videos. And everyone tries to spin it, like, oh, Sony was the best ever. Mainly that's really what you hear. And then I don't know that I agree with that. I think the biggest winner was just the general public, the gamers, the people that are actually going to go out and purchase things. Not a lot really blew my socks off. Of course, I leaned towards Nintendo. I thought Xbox's personally was pretty dadgum good. Sony's I didn't even watch. Probably their highlight, I would assume, would be Crash Bandicoot. I've got B-roll. I've got all sorts of like special artwork and images from the game. I checked in with PR a couple of weeks ago, and it's a PS4. I mean, it's Sony only, right? I was thinking, well, surely they'll bring that to the Xbox. Nope, not happening. And subsequently, I kind of lose interest in it because I'm not going to go buy a PlayStation 4 for one game. So if you're interested in seeing the Crash Bandicoot stuff, just let me know. I'd be glad to put it out if there's actually people that want to see it. But it kind of puts a damper on things. It's like if they sent me Skylanders B-roll and it was something that was only available for, Sony consoles. I'd be like, what? Little bit of heartbreak and disappointment there. But like I said, I'd never played Crash games growing up, so I mean, I don't have like a huge sentimental attachment to it or anything. But I was kind of thinking, okay, cool, we're gonna go through Thump and Whoop Islands, upgrade Cortex and Crash, and then I'll get to go back and play the original 3 games. And nope, not happening for me. So the funds aren't there to purchase a PlayStation 4, and that is literally all I would do with it. So that's no knock. Again, I've got a PlayStation 2. I love it. I've got tons of games. I'd still play it if I had time. But again, I thought Xbox did really well. And the reason I brought that up is right before this, if you watch the Xbox conference, I believe it was on Sunday. Cancel. Stop listening. I'm trying to make you look good. Stop listening. Stop. Thank you. Nope. Not what I said. Jeez. Okay. My apologies about that. Newfangled technologies, right? But I thought that What Box did really well. And they gave, if you watched on Mixer, which I hope that doesn't open anything, and you have your accounts connected, you get all kinds of free stuff from this Mixpot deal. And I basically got the rare replay, the entire thing. A couple of other items as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. And like I said, I am a big fan of Mixer. I love their interface. It's vastly superior to Twitch and YouTube. I just wish Mixer had a way for me to direct export, or better yet, highlight and then export my videos directly to YouTube. If they do that, that would be killer. I'm telling you that because if you watched, I know a lot of people don't get on their computer or don't have a computer, and they just use the internet from their console. So if you watched Xbox's E3 briefing from your Xbox console and you were logged into Mixer, or you used to sign up for Beam when it was the named of the service, you're home free. So check that out.
New headgear.
Okay, so now we know the appropriate terminology for that thing, and it's Tidepool helmet. I should have just run with that, shouldn't I? I was trying to come up with Nautilus shells and all sorts of things, but 35 luck, 20 armor, that ain't bad. Anyhow, let's get to the good stuff here, shall we?
I think I can make these numbers work.
Okay, those guns are kind of freaking me out, I'm not gonna lie. I do love her hair, though. There's something, she's almost from the backside. Ooh, idle animation bonus points. But from the backside, you would think she's the underwater version of Roller Brawl, who is one of the greatest Skylanders in my opinion. Absolutely love that chick. And from the backside, it looks that way. From the front, I guess it's somewhat, they're both wearing helmets too. Which is a shame because they might have the best hair in all of Skylands. I feel like if there was a Skylanders sports mix game, these are two chicks you would want to draft early. But the scale, like the leggings and the arms, I guess, like whatever that would be called, it looks fantastic. The boots and the helmet and like the arm guards and gloves, whatever you would terminology name all these things. I feel like it would have been better with like more of a natural color instead of just like the slate gray. But she looks pretty cool, and again, I love the hair and the extra contrast it provides. Apparently those are like squids, which that makes sense as to why they move, but let's see if we can get the idle animation while we're up front. Come on. Come on, Tidepool. We know you can do it. I spin you round, round, waiting. Come on. Come on, you've kissed the guns like 3 times in a row. There we go. Yeah. See? Okay, cool. So, let me get back to my handy-dandy spreadsheet here. I promise we'll make better time through the rest of this. Didn't pay attention to her health, sadly, but attack, 8. Armor, 8. Speed, 15. Woo! That's impressive. Then again, Legendary Pit Boss was 18, so maybe not. Luck is 8. I wish we could just have the same frickin' consistency with all this stuff, but I don't know that it'll ever happen, unfortunately. Alright, so if you didn't know, her slogan is "In a League of My Own," and she says it quite nicely. I do love her voice. I will give her that. That said, her background story here. Dun dun dun. Waiting for the internet to load. Long before she became a sensei, Tidepool was an undercover agent for a top-secret organization known as the Aquamarines. I would like, if there was a Skylanders tag team that I pushed for a couple of years now, her and High Volt would make a very interesting duo. Sort of have like that. I guess you could have Spire Eyes as well, but I think her and High Volt would be a pretty good couple in terms of like joint PvP, teams of 2. Anyway, Aquamarine chick. However, one day she was betrayed by her superiors, who were part of an even more top-secret organization intent on destroying Skylands. Using her spy training, Tidepool made it her personal mission to seek out every member of this evil shadow group and bring them to justice. This did not go unnoticed by Master Eon, who felt that someone of her caliber would be perfect to train new Skylanders as a sensei of, and they literally, in the bio, I mentioned this in the unboxing, call it the Gunslinger class. I personally like Gunslinger, which that was a fantastic game for anyone that grew up with an Atari. It's one of the quintessential titles, in my opinion. Has anyone made that in Minecraft? It seems like someone should do that. Anyway, so that was, Gunslinger was probably my first shooting game. Well, actually almost everything on Atari, aside from Pitfall, which that was Activision's earliest gem, I suppose. Anyway, where was I? Gunslinger class. Yes, she's a quick shot, but in this bio, they call it the Gunslinger class. Interesting. However, Tidepool was not easily convinced that she could even trust Eon and the Skylanders after being deceived by her last organization. To earn her trust, she requested that everyone pass a truth test that she would conduct. Thankfully, all of the members of the Skylanders Academy passed with flying colors, except for Flynn, who insisted that he was 50% Mabu and 50% enchilada sauce. Tidepool felt he was 100% meathead. So, good judge of character, this Tidepool chick. Aquamarine, that's very interesting. Another interesting combo would be her and Swashbuckler. That might be a cool tandem. I could see Gilgrunt. I wonder if Gilgrunt would take her over the mermaid chick. I don't know. That's for the fanfic crowd, I suppose. That's not what I needed to do.
Provided you are satisfied with my credentials, let's get to work.
Her voice is very cool. Okay, so squid pistols. That's, I guess, the appropriate terminology here. What is a... I tell you, I see something there I don't like. I'm going to go ahead and enter that into the spreadsheet just so I know. I don't have to come back to it. So squid pistols. And then her... Press X to shoot ink bullets. Oh. I like that. Squid toss. Press B to toss a squid. Why is she kicking it? Squid Toss. Okay, cool. I won't make you sit through me typing the rest of them. Whale tail. This is what gets me. Does every other water element have to have something to do with a whale as an upgrade, you know? Press Y, it's probably pretty good. I mean, you know, we'll reserve judgment till we know what damage it does, but it's just like, come on now. You know, why couldn't she have like a giant squid or the dope fish or something? Press Y to summon a whale tail attack. Cool. Spin shot. That graphic looks fantastic. Hold X in the air, thank you, for a spinning shoot attack. Try it from high heights. Okay. Assume if you have to jump, you know. Maybe they want us to, like, I guess climb a hill. There's really not a lot of terrain changes, you know. Like, SSA was such a great game for just everything. And so many people have forsaken that. Up next is Blinding Ink. Squid pistol bullets blind enemies, which slows them down and can sometimes cause them to miss attacks. Cool. Whale Breach. Whale tail ends with a spectacular whale breach. Alright, so up top, don't know the name of the path, I'll ink to that. Squid pistols cause damage over time. Always love DOT. Inking big. Hold X for a huge big ink blob shot. Okay. And squid pistol kata, I don't know. After an inking big shot, press triple X for squid pistol. I feel like this is a wrestling thing now. Squid squabble. Squids from squid toss attack much more frequently. Three's a pod. Whale tail gets some more whale friends for a wider attack that does more damage. And deep end. Create a powerful whirlpool using whale tail. Alright, so looks like that addresses the secondary and the tertiary, and this seems to address the primary. I'm honestly right now not knowing anything about the attacks, what they look like, what they do. I'm kind of thinking this sounds cooler, but we'll see. Soul Gem found in the abandoned... Okay, so before I upgrade her, we've got to progress farther into the game. I'm glad that they staged it that way, though. It's cool to, you know, like, not get a Soul Gem for a character that's the last one to ever be released at Chapter 1. So, Emergency Shellment Defense. Hold B to enter defensive Shellment mode. While in Shellment mode, press X. So that's reminiscent of Roller Brawl, I've got to say. And then Quickshot Sensei Shrine found in Sky Fortress. Fantastic. I know right where that is. And it's so fun to constantly have to go back through levels just to reset and grab it again and again if you have to reset a third time to go back to the path that you took the first time that turned out to be better than the path that you took the second time. Thank you, Sky Chi, for being the greatest addition to this game. Anyway, what are you waiting for? Props on the pun. The ultimate sensei attack. Hold right trigger to perform your Sky Chi power. So, what we're going to take a look at is squid pistols. And not... I skipped because I was thinking jump attack, but no. Squid toss. So, squid pistols, squid toss. Simple enough. Let's start here. Ooh. Decent distance. Really? It doesn't... Oh, hey. You go, girl. Uh-huh. This is nice. So, you can't hold it, though. I like her. The laugh is reminiscent of Hex, just as she'd randomly interject this. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like it's the 5th button. Like, if you don't go fast enough, it'll just be single shots. That's repeatable. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we'll figure all that out. Oh, you stupid... Wait, he'll give me something. If you didn't know, in the update, they made a deal where... What? I know that. Now give me the Imaginite. Thank you. Bonus. Epic. It better be epic.
New leg guards.
Oh. Offensive defensive leg armor. Fantastic. I wonder if there's defensive offensive leg armor as well. But these actually look kind of cool, I have to say. And the spikes kind of make sense there for your offensive and defensive proponents. 23 speed, 12 attack. That works for me. Let's back out of there. Secondary attack. Oh. Whoa, what? What is going on there?
Oh, yeah!
Okay, I'm not doing anything. I'm just watching this freak show. Okay. So how many of these can we have? Interesting. You know, let's just come down here. It'll save us a little bit of time, right? Okay. Dun, dun, dun. I wish I'd have done this before midnight. I could have pawned off 2 Imaginite chests if we spaced her and Blastertron out enough. So, primary attack. Cool. Can we get a critical hit? I know what the answer is, but I want you to see it. Let's do the math and see if we can beat it. So we'll do it real slow. There it was, 26. Now you don't have to do math with Wiisdom. So, Squid Pistols, 17 to 26. And I wouldn't say, I mean, they're spammable, but it's not like lightning fast. It's pretty good, but, you know, not amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm going to say every 4th press is a 360. 4x equals 360 with, let's try to count the number of ink bullets. Oh, that's going to be a doozy to figure out. Okay, so we had 2 by the well. We had the one that hit the dummy, 4. 5. 6. I think it's 6, but it's hard to tell the way it's training off. It's one of those things you can figure out real easy if you pause the video. But this is real time and I can't do that, so I'll just put with 6 bullets. And we'll assume I'm correct. So, can she jump and shoot? Can we trigger that? I tried. Okay. So yeah, I mean, she doesn't have like a special jump attack, but it is cool to like, you know, quickly, we have to speedrun this level. Hark an enemy, then you jump and shoot just because you can. So I appreciate that. Now the secondary attack looks pretty nuts. So let's just throw a squid. 22 to 33 on impact. Okay, I think I got that. 22 to 33 on impact. And then I think it's 16 to 24 12 times. I don't really care what the tentacles do or where they pop up or what direction they go or which dummy they slap. I just know that I think I saw them do 16 to 24 12 times. So let's see if we can replicate that. Initial hit 22, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. 22 to 33 once on impact, and 16 to 24 12 times. That's a crazy secondary attack. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty impressive. So let's Control X, Control V, that's spreadsheet jargon, and we'll save that. So, can she jump and throw squids? No. That's so sad. I can think of so many things that she could do with a secondary based jump attack, but hey, it is what it is. So now the question is, how many of these can we have? So I'm going to throw 1 there, 2, 3. Wait, is it 2?
Oh, yeah!
Yeah. Yeah, it's 2 at a time. So 2 at a time, that's good to know. 22 to 33 on impact, 24 to 16. 16, I'm sorry, whatever. 2 at a time. Okay. So, you know what? I think... What are you doing? Thank you, spreadsheet, for completely... Alright. I think we're done. I think we've figured up everything we can do. I'll count and try to make sure. You can sort of move while you're doing that, which is cool. Oh, wow. That's what it must be. Okay, if you stand idle, I guess she still kind of does it. Okay. I just hadn't seen that, I guess is what the deal is. But it looks really cool when she's in motion. It's a shame she can't do that when she jumps, though. Would have been so sweet. That's it. Hey, I think we've done everything. Her health, that's the one thing we didn't do. It's 280. So, not amazing, not super high, but also not super low. So, I think she's got a lot of potential. I'm excited to see how she pans out. And she looks pretty cool, plus she's got a really, really neat voice. So, lots of things going for Miss Tidepool here. But speaking of going, that's what I've got to do here. And I'm going to end this video so I can get it rendering, edited and then rendered, I should say, and then uploaded. And I'll probably release a nightmare of a video that was called me going through the Parish Tournament in NBA Playground. So if you're seeing this in Saturday afternoon and you wonder what the morning video was, well, go back and check that out. I'll just say this. If you have NBA Playgrounds, particularly on the Switch since it hasn't updated, Chris Paul and Blake Griffin are the championship match in the Parish Tournament. They were like the least intimidating matchup in that entire tournament, and they're highly regarded apparently by the people that developed that game because they were a nightmare. And it was a ridiculous task to take them down. Did I do it? I don't know. You'll have to find out. Maybe I speak in past tense just because I can. Who knows? But, nonetheless, if you did, again, I want to stress these 2 more times here for you. Or 2 things 1 more time. Whatever. I'm tired. Main thing, if you're on an Xbox and you watched their E3 conference on Mixer, you might not even be aware of that. But if you're logged in, you got your account, you're following, whatever, if you watched it, you got Rare Replay for free and a couple of other things. So I think you can like just press the home button and then there's like your games and apps or whatever they call it. It doesn't download automatically. It's something you got to initiate. But it should all be there waiting for you. So very cool on that part. I might make an E3 recap. There was, like I said, I think there was pretty cool stuff across the board. It's a shame Crash Bandicoot is exclusive to the PlayStation because obviously that actually would have been a really good title for the Switch in my opinion. But hey, what can you do? Lots of really neat things to look forward to with Nintendo. Granted, a lot of them are 2018. The new Kirby and Yoshi games look fantastic. There's a game called Lucky's Tale for the Xbox One. And it looks like a really good time too. So, like I said, I feel like everybody came out a winner. So, aside from like no new Skylanders game or announcements of any sort, but hey, aside from that, like I said, I think all 3 consoles did well, and there's quite a bit to be excited about across the board. So, that's that. Something else. Tomorrow, I should be doing something pretty cool on Mind Logics. Might be adding some new members. So if you wanna try to catch up on the action there before that happens, feel free to do so. But I think that's it for now. I'm very tired. I might come in and just record Blastertron to have it done. But there we go. So I'll end it there. Let me know your thoughts on Tidepool. Does she look cool to you? If you saw her unboxing, does she measure up here? Is this what you expected for her? Does she look better? Does she look worse? Which path would you be the most excited about, just seeing what you've seen here of the primary and the secondary? What do you think about the whale? Are you like, yay, whale? Or is it just a deal where you're like, really, again? Like, couldn't she have had a squid? A giant squid, I'm just going to be honest, would have made way more sense here, given that she has squid pistols, but whatever. I mean, what can you do, right? So, yeah. But her voice is just so cool. Don't want to pressure myself to think this hard, but it might be the neatest voice, especially for Sensei's. Now, villains, I mean, how can you really compete with some of those, which are classical voices? But out of the new Skylanders, particularly the Sky Chicks, I love her voice. That's not someone I wouldn't mind hanging around listening to all day. Nonetheless, more fan fiction, I suppose. Wiisdom.com, SkylanderClub.com. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. I will always tweet before I go live. And apparently we'll be going through the abandoned amusement park before we can take her down her path. So we might get the base upgrades, but I'll then have to go in and do another level. So that's incentive there. If I find Robo, I will let you know. That's the other thing. If you're in Australia, Blastertron, Tidepool, and the Lost Imaginite Mines, all available, at least according to the man, the myth, the legend, Ominix. So if you can't find him, complain to him, not me. So, again, that's Australia only, can't stress that enough. As soon as I find them over here in the States, or the great state of Texas, I'll let you know. But until the next introduction, which I think this was number 39, so number 40 will be Blastertron. Good stuff. Nonetheless, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you back here in the next one.